Okay guys, so to be honest, this is like my first analysis video I've ever done, and I just kind of wanted at least one video about Hunter x Hunter on here, so this is what we're getting. Now, as the title suggests, I'm going to talk about why Meruem could never beat Komugi, and I know that some people probably already know this, but it took me an embarrassingly long time and multiple rewatches for it to actually sink in. Like, I'm ashamed, to be honest. Now, I'm sure that some of you probably already know this, probably most of you already know this, but there will be that small little minority of us who did not realise this. So let's all just be chill. It's ain't a competition. We're not ranking who is the cleverest among the Hunter x Hunter fans, because it is irrelevant and nobody cares. Enjoy the video. I will be doing a speed draw as well, so yeah. I'm just talking over a speed draw for like the majority of it, so if you don't want to hear me ramble, just turn the volume down, put on some music, and just act like it's, you know, just a speed draw with occasional clips from the show. Let's get on with the video. I'm going to try to get through this as quick as I can because, to be honest, I don't know if I got that much footage to cover this. So let's just do a brief show summary. Hunter x Hunter follows the main character Gon as he enters the world of hunters to seek his absent father who abandoned him as a child to pursue this path. Along this journey, Gon meets friends and foes alike as he gets closer to finding his dad. Brief intro about the arc, just to refresh everyone. The Chimera Ant arc is the second to last arc in the anime and also the longest arc in the manga and anime. In the manga right now, if a Dark Continent arc gets finished, then obviously that'll be the longest. During this arc, Gon and his best friend Kirua meet a hunter named Kite. Kite was formerly a student of Jing, Gon's father, and he'd actually saved Gon when Gon was a child from a predator. As a hunter, Kite researches species with his team. Now, at the same time as Gon meeting Kite, a Chimera Ant Queen has travelled to an area called NGL. Chimera means anything that contains multiple DNA sets. So, how it works is that the Queen could eat a cat and a human and she'll birth a human X cat ant hybrid. The Queen begins to eat the humans from this land and birth her soldiers who will protect her son, the King. Kite and his team eventually get led to NGL, an area where technology is outlawed, as they hunt down the Chimera Ant Queen before she can build her nest. But they are too late. During their arrival in NGL, the first royal guard is born. Kite is killed and eaten by the Chimera Ant Queen, and soon the King is born. The King Meruem seeks knowledge and power. With his royal guards, he travels to another kingdom within NGL where he kills the leader and inhabits his palace as he plans to take over the world. While in this palace, Meruem sends for all the intellectual game experts to come in and verse him. Being OP as fuck, all Meruem needs is time to read a book and he can easily beat these experts. That is, until Komugi is introduced. Look at her, she's so fucking cute. I just want to hug her, man. I fucking love her. So, characters, just going to give a brief description of the characters. We got Meruem, OP as fuck. He has immense nen power, though he is never trained. He has no special abilities because he hasn't been taught how to. But he is naturally gifted with excessive nen, so much so that it intimidates the master nen users of the Hunter Association. Meruem has the complexion of a turtle and a human. We've also like this weird needle point tail, which I don't fucking... Now, Komugi. Komugi comes from a poor family and she was blind. She's a Gungi champion. We get glimpses into her family life with dialogue that indicate Komugi is treated as a liability, apart from when she plays Gungi. Okay, we are breezing through these points, lads. We're almost there. Just hold on. A peasant girl somehow is unbeatable by the all-powerful Chimera Ant King. Meruem tries and tries again but can never beat her. Soon he starts to enjoy playing with her. Komugi would never realise how much influence she had over Meruem, and Meruem would never realise what worth he gave to Komugi. Meruem believes it's only a matter of time before he can beat Komugi, but as mentioned, even till the end, he never can. So here we are, lads, the fucking point of this video. Don't be a dick just because you knew this already. Okay, this is for all the people who didn't realise it, okay? So, why could Meruem not beat Komugi at Gungi? It is Gungi, right? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, it's Gungi. Why could Meruem never beat Komugi at Gungi? Well, firstly, Komugi is an Nen user. Even with Nen, why was she more powerful than Meruem? Even if she was a Nen user, surely her Nen isn't as powerful as Meruem's. He even gave Netero a run for his money, so how could Komugi be stronger? Well, she isn't stronger than Meruem, but what was stronger was her restriction and pledge. So, I've showed a clip from the York New arc where Kurapika explains about the restriction and pledge. Kurapika is explaining how he could make his Nen stronger. For a reminder, Kurapika's goal in life is to retrieve his clan's eyes and kill the Phantom Troop members who robbed his clan of their eyes. But the troop aren't weak, especially the leader. So Kurapika needs to make his Nen stronger without actually having to wait years on end to train. So to do this, all he needs to do is restriction and pledge. Kurapika's restriction is he can only use a specific Nen ability on Phantom Troop members, and his pledge is that if he uses it on anyone who isn't a Phantom Troop member, his own Nen ability will stab his heart and kill him. You can probably guess what I'm getting at is that Komugi uses restriction and pledge similar to Kurapika, but what is hers? Meruem could never beat Komugi because unknowingly, Komugi had unlocked her Nen and made a restriction and pledge. The restriction is that she's only skilled at Gungi. The pledge is that she will die if she loses. And as we know, nothing makes the pledge stronger than the promise of death. Every game she plays, her life is on the line, and Komugi is aware of this. She values her worth on her Gungi ability. If she was to lose, the only value she sees in herself is gone. She's never intimidated by the threat of death within the palace because Komugi has always been prepared to die. So that is the main breakdown of why Meruem could never beat Komugi. Komugi was a Nen user who had made a restriction and pledge, which meant that if she lost, she would die, which is the strongest pledge you can make. So yeah, I'm a smart. So this is just an extra, but what type was she? If I was to guess, I would say that Komugi is maybe an enhancer or an emitter, but more likely a specialist. Potentially, I don't know. We see her Nen transfers to the Gungi pieces, but I believe her ability is more about reading the player's moves through the pieces. This sounds weird as fuck, but bear with me. I don't believe she's a transmuter because she doesn't change objects. She isn't a manipulator because she doesn't control anything. Although I guess you could say she controls the board, but I doubt it. She isn't a conjurer because she doesn't create anything. She could be an emitter because her aura could allow her to read a player's moves, or an enhancer because that allows her moves to be more powerful on the board. But she could also be both if she was a specialist. Anyway, thank you for watching and playing along with me trying to sound smart. I don't know if I'll do any more Hunter x Hunter videos, so if you're new here, I don't know, sub if you want, or don't. Thank you guys, bye.